Welcome back to Weeb Gamer, the podcast where we talk about everything to do with anime, video games, and whatever else we want to talk about. Weebs, Gamers, and Podcasts.
Nice.
This is only the second time out of 59 episodes that I've noticed Alan doing that finger thing. I don't know what it's for, but
I just count the syllables, man. Leave it alone.
Hey, I didn't ask what it was for. I was just stating that I didn't know what it was for.
All
Anyways. I'm joined once again by my co-hosts, Sean and Alan. How are you guys doing?
We're not beautiful this week. Huh?
No, he looked at us and he said, these ugly monkeys, like Frieza, and then basically just said, yeah, co-host. I'm all right.
Frieza,
I'm not beautiful,
or what's
definitely.
the other guy's name?
Ghetto, yeah. He's like, monkeys.
Yeah.
Monkeys.
Ghetto.
I'm all right. How you feeling, Sean? That's all I'm going to say about myself.
Wow, that's it? That's it?
Yeah,
That's
I'm all right.
Okay.
Not beautiful, nothing like that.
I'm pretty good. My household. Yay.
Over asking
you
price.
said sold.
I
thought you said
Thanks for all the
sold.
offers.
I thought you said hold. I said my household.
Oh, no, sold.
I thought you were about to say, yo, my household sold, but then you just said household, and I was just like, are you going to finish your sentence? But I was just wrong. I'm just an idiot. Never mind. Continue.
Yes, you are.
So thanks to our viewers for all the offers they put on the house. You really helped a lot.
Our viewers are so rich.
Donate. But yeah,
Sorry.
I'll be moving into somewhere else soon enough.
Good. Smart.
Yeah, that's it.
Smart
Thanks.
thing.
Yeah,
Not
you
revealing
usually
your
do that
location
when you sell your house.
I guess so,
Yeah, you
usually
do.
that.
I mean, I don't know. You might want to sell your house and just pocket the money, live in your car. You never know. You never know what you want to do.
That might be the
Someone
most.
actually
so
did
liquid.
That might be the most.
Someone
smart
actually
thing
did
ever.
that.
Yeah.
Someone actually did that. I was listening to a podcast, and then they're basically talking to this girl, and she's like, I can afford a house, but then I become house poor. So like all my money goes towards the bill. So she just decided to live in her car. She still works, but now she can like go out and do whatever she wants with her friends, get anything she wants, because she doesn't have house bills.
I'm just like, yo, all on black. Let's go.
That's right.
Thank you.
And then you either win or you lose. I mean.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hate all of you.
To be clarified, I'm not talking about Andre, but
Now that makes me sad.
There's the racism that we all know and love.
You could have just left it and then just made them believe.
Literally.
You never knew.
nah.
You would have never.
I can't lie. I can't tell lies.
That's a lie.
How are you doing, Alan? Oh yeah, we already asked you. How you doing, Andre?
Okay, fuck all that. Anyway,
Okay,
how long has
good.
it been?
2 minutes.
How long have we been recording for?
2 minutes.
Has it been longer than 5 minutes?
No, it hasn't. I gotta put a timestamp for that.
Sorry, Ali. You gotta
man.
bleep that.
I understand, man. I understand.
What?
Bleep.
What
You
happened?
can't be monetized if you swear in the first 5 minutes, bro. Come on now.
I didn't swear.
Not you, him.
I just did. Like,
Oh,
loud.
you swore? I didn't hear that.
Okay, forget all that is what I
Yes,
meant to say.
forget.
Okay.
I just want to get into video game news very quickly.
Let's do it. Let's hear it. What's going
There
on?
probably is some. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 got moved up. I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 got moved up. Not that the game itself matters. It's just that it's so used to delays that
Yeah, right?
a game
First
being
time.
moved up a few months is kind of astonishing to me.
Yeah. They're like, these guys
But that
got
also
nothing,
kind
we
of
gotta
makes
fix
me
this.
think that Nintendo has plans to fit something else in the slot it once had. Because it was supposed to come out in September,
Yeah.
Okay.
which was supposed to be its fall thing. But now that space, assuming Bayonetta comes out in October, which
Yeah.
people are thinking because like it's a witch and Halloween and stuff.
Oh.
There's like an empty space between August and October
Okay.
that they might look to put something in.
They might.
Well,
They
it's
might
not gonna be
want
Breath of the
to.
Wild. So.
No, it's definitely not going to be Breath of the Wild. Might be Metroid Prime remaster.
Oh, I'd be cool with that.
I'd be down
I
with
haven't
that.
played that game in so long.
Me too.
I like 3D games, so
Yeah,
I'm
because
more
you're a
into
hater.
that, so.
Anyways,
You're a hater.
I was trying to play Legend of Pokemon Arceus.
Legend
Legend of
Pokemon
Pokemon Arceus Super Dragon Ball
Yeah.
Super movie. Yeah.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah, how's that been?
I realized that
Uh-huh.
since playing Elden Ring, I hate dialogue. So
Oh.
I'm still at the beginning of the games for
Oh
the
my
simple
God.
fact it's making me read a bunch
That's
of tutorial
Pokemon
stuff.
Fred.
Love that.
That's
And-
new age Pokemon.
No, it's
Like,
not. It's just like the beginning part is like so long. It's like been
That's
an hour.
new gen Pokemon.
It's
man.
like an hour, and they're just like, "Oh, you got to do this, and then you got to know
Yeah.
how to do this." And then
Mhm.
I'm just like, "Bro." So it's literally taking me a week to get an hour in because I get bored really fast.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, give me a Dark Souls Pokemon game. I'm good.
That's
Be
it.
amazing.
That's
It'd be
it.
so good.
amazing.
Like, I need the difficulty with the fun of Pokemon. Come on.
So what I'm thinking is once I get past, in like a month from now, when I get past the tutorial area, then I'll go through relatively quickly. It's just gonna take me a while to get through this.
That's fair.
Part.
Oh yeah, I remember playing Sun and Moon, and it was that the beginning was so bad with that. It was actually like over an hour for tutorials.
Oh, really?
And then after it was like there weren't even gyms anymore. It was some weird shit.
Oh yeah,
and the guy
about that.
Your professor like followed you everywhere you went. Like it was barely even an adventure. It was like your parents went with you on the adventure. That's what it felt like.
It's not the same, bro. Pokemon is all about parental neglect, bro.
Exactly. It's about 10-year-olds going out into the world.
That's right.
It's all about parental
talking
neglect,
to strangers.
It's like when you want to play outside, but like when your parents said you have to get home when the street lamps turn on, there aren't no street lamps.
Ain't no street lamps.
So then they just stayed outside. And that's what happened.
Just stayed outside.
That's just what happened.
That's funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the only other thing is a big part of Souls games for me is like the lore part. So like once I play the game, experience it, I do a lot of deep diving research, like watching videos, reading stuff about the lore, trying to get an understanding. And then today I realized that the first ending I got, I've beaten it twice now, but the first ending I got was called the Flame of Frenzy ending, and I just learned, I had an idea, but I just learned fully what the Flame of Frenzy is. It's basically the personification that the suffering of life is not worth living. Like the suffering is greater than life itself.
Book.
Yeah, it's literally like the book I read. Yeah, that's literally it. What's the point of living? Just die. Because Melina, like the girl who like your maiden that follows you around, like her whole thing is basically life sucks, there's a whole lot of suffering, but isn't the fact that birth exists, like, isn't that beautiful? And the Flame of Frenzy is just like, nah, forget all that. Burn it all down. So once you get the Flame of Frenzy ending, pretty much everybody just dies, because it ends all the suffering. It ends all the suffering in the world, because it's just like, it's too great. So I just thought it's very ironic, given my sensibilities, that is the first ending I happened upon. And this is like a very obscure ending. Like you have to go to like there's like a boss. Then first is a secret area, then it leads to a boss, and then you have to rest at the Grace, and then go back to where the boss was, and then a secret path opens, and then you have to go all the way down, take off all of your armor, be completely naked, and then that's the only way you can open a door. Sounds fantastic.
I accidentally opened the extra part, so I was like, oh, the friggin' wall moved, what's behind here? So then I went and then I made my way down, died 78 times because it's platforming, and like Souls games and platformings aren't well, but they insist on making you platform with no ability to do it well. Anyway, so I got to the end, and then there was like a little, those like community bars, the little words things, like at the door, basically, I don't remember exactly what it said, but it basically said get naked. So I was like, what does that mean? So then I got naked, and then the door opened, and then there was 3 fingers instead of 2. The 2 fingers are the prophets, I guess, of the world, the 2 fingers, but this one had 3. So I mean, I was like, that's pretty crazy. And then it hugged me, burned my skin, and then Melina's just like, yo, why would you do that? I'm out. And I was like, what the hell? And then she just left me. And then I was stuck in this ending.
So you actually were maidenless, eh?
I actually was maidenless. She left.
That's crazy.
Damn,
she left.
What about the second ending?
The second ending was Ronnie, because Ronnie's best girl.
Stop
Ronnie.
it, Ron.
So her whole thing was basically, this whole Golden Order is nonsense, and we got to do something new. And then she's like a worshiper of the stars of space. And
okay,
hers is a little bit more confusing.
I like the fact that there's multiple endings. Obviously there would be, but
how many endings are there?
4, I think.
But
only 3. You only need 3. I think 2 of them give you the same title. So like the whole thing of the game is to be the Elden Lord. So 2 of the endings, you become the Elden Lord in just different ways. And then there's Ronnie's ending, which establishes a whole new order. So it takes away the Golden Order, which is what the Elden Lord and the Elden Ring is like based upon.
Okay.
And then the Flame of Frenzy is just like you said, forget all order. I'm burning it all down to the ground.
Nice. You like that?
Yeah. Nice. That sounds good.
So play it, Sean, and stop forgetting.
I will. I'll have time now,
dude.
Well, in my video game news, I was looking for another co-op game to play with my girlfriend, and I decided on Lego Star Wars.
Ooh, that's
people
fun.
Are saying that's great.
That is fun.
I know, right?
Lego games are fun.
Yeah, so apparently the actual like fighting is like a lot different or something.
But is it the new one?
Yeah, it's the new one, the Skywalker Sega. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, it sounds fun. It's like a fun like game to play with your girlfriend. And then I find out they freaking like split screen it down the middle instead of across horizontally.
Oh, what?
And I can't see shit. Like it's so weird.
Yeah, you
like,
can't see the landscape.
Like it's hard to. Yeah.
Oh, so they do it this way, not this way.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, why would they just do this?
It's kind of weird, actually. I don't know why they would.
People are freaking hating on split screen all the time now. Like, God damn.
Did you know those games that used to split screen it like this?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Which one's mathematically better? I guess it depends on the game.
I think it's diagonal. But doesn't diagonal give you the most space, technically?
I think it gives you the most horizontal and vertical view.
I think each screen is technically bigger if it's diagonal. But which doesn't make sense at all if it's evenly split.
Yeah,
if it's evenly split, they should always be the same size.
No matter what. But I don't need to see this like half the sky when I'm playing. I need to see the freaking like lateral.
My head hurts.
Like left to right, you know? But yeah, exactly. That's how you feel the whole time playing it. My head hurts. Yeah, literally. So we're thinking of playing Life is Strange instead.
That's a great game. Yeah, that's a
good game, right? Yeah, I like that game. Yeah. Some choices.
Life is Strange is it's like the movie, like interactive movie type game.
Basically, yeah. Basically.
I heard 2 is really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I've heard
that. The first one's my favorite, I think, but 2 is also good.
Yeah, 2 is very good, very good.
Okay.
I might. With my gaming news, I might play. So I'm a jump scare like loser. I can't handle like scary jump scares. I guess like loud and things in my face. But my girlfriend wants to play scary games with me, so I gotta suck it up.
Yes.
And
are you gonna stream it?
I might. Yeah, she's gonna stream it on hers. I'll probably stream on mine as well.
But send me that.
we will get some clips going, and you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. You just watch the clips.
You got any games in mind?
We actually have one now. I forget if I have my Steam open, which I do. It's basically you're trying to just go through the forest, the way she explained it, and you're just trying to not die by like different types of demons. Let me see here.
Slenderman.
Yeah, I mean, it's I know me neither. I don't know either. Fuck, man. I don't even know if it's here or not. I bought it yesterday. It was like $14.
Yo, have you played that PT demo?
Oh,
no, I haven't.
That shit is scary. That shit is scary.
I'm still waiting for that game to be a full game. I know they're not.
It'll never be a full game.
Will.
He left.
I'm still hoping.
He left.
Somehow.
That demo was amazing, bro. Like it was.
Scary. It was great. It was really good.
You remember that little demon baby fetus in the
the fetus.
Oh god.
Just like crying.
Yeah.
Stop. You have to.
I will, but I can't, man. I'm bad with scary games. Yeah.
You have to like find it though now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was never. I think it was delisted because it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh shit! I'll get Sean to find it for me. He's good at that stuff, you know.
Yeah, don't worry.
Legally, of course.
Of course, it's always legal.
Always legal.
I'm gonna call up Kojima on the phone, huh?
Kojima, I have like all of his games. I'm pretty sure freaking some of the Enders is Kojima too.
Oh yeah.
Freaking Metal Gear ass.
Nice.
Isn't the Metal Gear guy, right?
Metal Gear ass. Yeah, that's the Metal Gear guy.
Yeah.
That is Kojima, right? I'm not crazy that the PT demo is Kojima. That was him.
I think so.
I don't know. I think so.
Now I have to check to make sure because I don't want to be I don't want to be a liar.
But yeah, he made it on the Enders too. Like, yeah, it was freaking made all the games I love.
You love Death Stranding too?
Okay, not that one.
Don't talk about that one.
Maybe not that one.
Maybe not.
Yeah, okay, it is. Directors Hideo Kojima.
Nice.
Okay. Are you going to tell me what the name of the game is, Alan?
No, I can't find it.
If you did,
I literally bought it and I don't even know what game it is. Stay tuned. We just while we're going in, spoilers for all the anime we're about to talk about. I'll text you guys.
Text your girl right now, and then when you get a response, then you can just say that.
I think she's streaming. I'll message her. Yeah. That being said, she's not in my house. She's at her house. That being said, we do have some socials that we do have under Weeb Gamer Podcast. podcast. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Don't mention the Twitter. I don't do anything on there anymore.
Okay, we don't do anything on the Twitter anymore. I can't log in. It won't let me.
It exists.
It's there. Follow us, and maybe we'll be there. Definitely, we do have a YouTube because that's where you can find our video. Comes out every Saturday morning-ish, usually around 8 to 10 o'clock. I'm going to give a little range there. And then we also have audio come out on the Friday. So, yeah, just stay tuned. Usually around 7 a.m. for that one because apparently Andre says people like to shit while they listen to us. Apparently our verbal diarrhea helps. Yeah, our verbal diarrhea helps people actual diarrhea. So
it goes straight through.
First thing in the morning, you pop on your headphones, pop on a nice podcast, and take a nice morning shit before you wake up and just listen to people talk.
That's
great.
It, man.
Yeah, you just on the toilet for an hour.
That's it.
And so you have to listen to the whole thing. You do like the rest of your morning routine after.
Okay.
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing on the toilet? Go away, Mom. I'm listening to a podcast.
Imagine.
I gotta get through the whole thing.
Yeah. Your mom is definitely thinking you're doing something very different than a podcast.
I'm not saying mine. I'm saying in general.
Don't you lie to me.
No one's lying, right?
I'm just... No.
Whoa!
What?
Why didn't nobody tell me?
What?
Because there's more news.
Sorry. There's this manhwa I was listening to called Beginning After the End. Reading, not listening to.
How do you? Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you listen? You're crazy.
But basically, the new chapter started coming out because it took like a break. It like does it in chunks, so it does like a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Like I think it divides it in volumes pretty much.
Oh.
But like I'm waiting for them to like release it physically, like Solo Leveling.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I'm hoping.
I heard that one's really
They
good.
They do have the light novel. Like Solo Leveling had a light novel, like this has a light novel, but I don't want to read. I don't like reading anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. I used to like reading.
I just finished the book actually. It's really good.
Yeah,
there's a series I want to read.
Eternity season, all of them. You fucking bitch.
No, it was an actual book with like words and stuff and no pictures.
Oh,
I'm like Gaston. I'm like, how do you read this stuff? You know?
What is it? What was it?
There's no pictures. It's called From Blood and Ash.
Ooh.
It's like a really good. Well, I like it. It's not. I wouldn't say it's really good, but I like it.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to read this book series called like something of the Scythe. Basically, and it's about like the world as a feature. Basically, science figured out life, so like everyone's immortal at this point. But because everyone's immortal, there is overpopulation, obviously, because people can still be born, they just can't die, pretty much. So then there's this group of people that's like been like established called like the Scythes that are basically reapers. That, like, they choose who dies. Nobody in the world knows when it's their time to die, but they choose who dies, and then they go around. So it like follows two teens and like how like the whole moral dilemma and like their journey and like trying to figure out some stuff. So it's like a 3-book series.
I like that.
Seemed interesting. So like
basically old age personified into like reapers. Oh, no more old age? Well, we'll just kill you then.
That's it.
I mean, I mean, I can't even argue, you know?
Yeah. It sounds like the Platinum End ending that guy made up.
No, chill, man. We don't talk about that guy.
Relax.
Yeah.
Platinum End is over. Anywho, speaking of Platinum End, that's over. And then since it's over, we've been watching a whole slew of other anime.
Oh, yeah.
I think this might be the best season since we started watching anime, to be honest.
Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Remember that Shaman King fucking one?
Oh, did you know what? I think it just ended, eh?
I heard, yeah.
Oh, really?
I think the last episode just posted.
I saw a post about it.
Yeah.
Congrats for being the best anime of the year.
But like Andre, by far. Like Andre was saying, we have a lot of lined up, and I think we got to figure out which ones we can't watch. Because honestly, I could keep up.
Finally got all of them.
I think
we finally gotten all of them.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to say that because there's some that I do want to watch a little bit more to see if I actually still care about.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
so
Shield Hero, isn't it?
I will say the weakest one out of all of them right now, I think, might be
Shield.
Executioner.
No, Executioner for me. For me, it's Executioner.
Yeah. What?
Not because I think it's bad. It's literally just because like at the point where it's now, it's just like, I mean, it's just like a regular thing. Like they're on a journey now.
and things are happening. And also that Red Knight thing was weak as shit. And I'm like, what the hell?
I
thought they were gonna explode, and then they just made like a freaking knight that was just weak and
I was like, oh, it's a bomb. It's like, what did they expect that thing to do? Go through the train and just stab people?
But I do really want to see how else. I don't know her name. Maybe that's why.
No, I'm keeping up with it 100% because the fact that they forced her to use her like time power, 1, and 2, the fact at the end where she's just like, did she use her time power? There's no way I would have known she used her time power.
That's cool.
I'm like,
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So for the time stamp sake, what are we talking about first? No, you're good.
We're talking about this one.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so this is just put like preview.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put like preview. Okay. Anyway, so like I'll say that, but I will say that's the weakest. What's it called? Shield Hero was the weakest until the very, very end, like the last like 10 seconds of the episode.
Really, you like that?
I was like, why does your face look like that? Not that I liked it. It intrigued me. I was like, that's suspicious.
Definitely intrigued.
That's very facetious. Yeah. That's very facetious, bro. You don't know.
Suspicious,
you don't know
man.
What it is. Yeah. So there's that. What else do we have? Summertime Render.
Fire. I have to keep going.
Fire.
I have to keep going.
It
was weird. I know, and then we talked about
strong.
it. It was weird, but that was a strong start. It catered to every person. The weirdos, the mystery ones, the good, like the. It kind of gave me. It actually. It kind of gave me the vibe of. There was another one that gave me the vibe, but I can't remember it now. But I do want to watch it. I agree with you. I'm keeping up with that.
I can't stop.
Yeah, I can't stop.
Even just because it's so beautiful. Like it's the character animation. I love it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
like the main character is basically Eren Yaeger with Tanjiro's voice.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yes, give it to me.
Whoa,
please.
All right, whoa, man, jeez.
I mean,
and then Tomodachi. And then Tomodachi. We're skipping whatever Sean just said. And then Tomodachi Game.
Tomodachi's good. We knew it was gonna be good.
Now I'm very intrigued. It just like gave away. It gave away the whole freaking secret.
Too early. Well, not too early. They got something else.
I don't know if it's too early.
We don't know if it's too early.
Obviously, if they give it away this fast, something's up.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more complicated than we first thought. If they already released it, right? But we'll get into that. What else did we?
There was
I'm missing one more.
Spy Family.
That's just wholesome goodness.
That's shit. I need plug that into my veins, and I want that, bro. Okay, we're gonna talk about it, but there's so many good parts, and there's so many. I love all the characters. They all have. It's so good. Mwah. Anyway,
that proposal
Fire.
right there. That's what Pirates of the Caribbean 3 tried to do.
Yes,
they tried.
Yes. See, but something only anime can do is shit like that and make it work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I see. Yeah, I got.
Yeah. Now my girlfriend's gotta have to propose like something crazy like that, or else it ain't gonna work out. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no grenades at my proposal. We don't want it.
We don't want it. I'm about to go adopt a girl named Anya for no reason now too. Like what?
That's your daughter's name. No questions asked.
No questions asked. Yeah. Or like my cat's
That's
name
all
or
of them. There's 5. There's 5 or is there 6?
Love is War.
Love is 5.
I'm not there yet, bro. I'm still on season 1.
It's so good.
Catch up, bro.
Okay,
I'm
man.
on season 1.
So
relax.
Okay.
It was a joke, man.
I'm trying my best. Guys.
Do you like it so far?
I love
it. I know you like it.
Yo, that's disrespectful, bro. That's disrespectful taking away my answer like that. Man. But I do like it. It's very funny, very quirky. I like
kawaii dasu.
I love the internal monologue. Like it's like Death Note if it was like a love thing.
Yeah.
You know.
And then just to top
they're
it all
also
off,
both stupid.
Did you see that? Did you see was it Love is War cosplaying Spy X Family?
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
That's
wholesome shit. I love that shit.
I did.
Anyway,
you're the one who made it.
That's right. I did. Shut up. What are we talking about? Let's go.
That's what I was saying. So we have all those. What?
Mm-hmm.
Where do we start? What do we think is going to get over the quickest? Executioner.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Super quick recap. They go on the train. Terrorists show up on the train. They want to kidnap the princess. Princess beats them all up. The main girl beats up a few.
then they're like, oh my god, if we go there, we're gonna get executed anyway, so let's blow up the train. Except they didn't blow up the train, except they made some random red knight thing that was weak as shit. But then, of course, the time girl shows up and messes things up. So now the main girl has to like use more power or something. Basically, she just like poured all her power into it, and then it exploded and then died. And then while this was all happening, the princess was fighting the Momo. Yes. The main girls like aid Momo. They fell off the train. They both felt. Everybody felt a weird like sensation.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm thinking. Maybe that's why she's like kind of considering maybe they reverted time, but like I didn't know, because like we as a viewer didn't see anything happen. They all just kind of felt like this weird sensation, and then just kept going, doing their regular thing.
True.
So Momo and the princess are fighting off the train. Then the train was about to crash into the other train, but then she's like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta siphon your power so I have enough magic to stop the train." And then she's like, "It's gonna hurt a lot," but then she's like, "It doesn't hurt, it tickles." And then they stopped the train, and then that was it.
That was it. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Can I ask one thing about this?
Ask.
What did you think they were going to do to stop the train? Was there like an obvious alternative that you thought they were going to do? Because it was for me. I was like, why are you doing this? You could have just done something else, and it would have made way more sense.
What
I'm not gonna lie. I watched the episode in 4x speed, so all I know is that I started that as soon as the guy's like, take off your clothes, and I'm like, okay, I don't care for this. And
then
I will say, ecchi wise, nothing happened.
No, yeah, it's fine. And
there is no ecchi. They stopped it immediately.
Yeah, that's wholesome shit. At least they knew. Like the editors were like, "Yo, let's fake that we can do it, and then just forget it," because like we all know what everyone wants. Well, the weirdos want.
No, because you have to portray people as basically pieces of shit, but then they were able to do that without also.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. True.
Okay. Anyways, I thought she was going to do, which was the obvious solution to me, was to use her reverse magic on the engine that got slashed. Okay. And then just stop the train normally. Yes, that is the first thing I thought. Right? As soon as she randomly showed up in the door, I was like, oh, she's just going to use her reverse magic and fix the thing. But no, I think that's literally because she didn't want her to use her reverse magic at all. Yeah, that makes sense too. But then she ends up just siphoning magic.
Yeah, but technically she didn't use the magic.
That's true.
Because they said the more they use it, like the closer they get to like losing their minds, pretty much. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? The I guess the range of her fucking thing worked. Like not only was she on a bullet train, like it was speeding, but like it also turned back time where Momo was in that princess. Like she's got to have some crazy control, and I do feel like she knows who she is, but that girl's literally living her life to protect the main character, the priestess, because like if you saw, I think what was meant to happen is that the main character was supposed to like die at that moment because the Red Knight kind of killed her, but then she turned back time so that she wouldn't. So then, she wouldn't die there. So then, I don't know. I just feel like the range of her shit is just so much. Like she has such crazy powers. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
don't know. From what I've seen, these freaking otherworlders are freaking broken as shit.
Oh yeah, they're
like that's massive, huge.
Also, like Andre was saying earlier, like. These guys like folded into some red orb thing and they combined, and we were all thinking, oh, it's just gonna explode and blow up the train. Everyone has to get off it or something. No, it just randomly turns into some red knight thing that's like weak as shit. And it's like, is this what your lives are worth? Like, Jesus, that's sad. Like,
oh my god, man. Why would they not? Maybe I don't know. Maybe they couldn't figure out a way to like.
I don't know.
I guess save the day if they all just exploded. You know what I mean?
They're just like, everyone's going down with us. Here's this weak ass knight thing that's gonna go around and just stab everyone. I guess. I don't know. Like it probably can't even get out the freaking door to go and stab everyone. It's not even strong enough to do that.
Fullett said it's trash at fighting. Well, it just swings hard. She said it's garbage at fighting. And she literally wasn't even trying to win. Like she's like, oh shit, now I have to try and win real quick, and then she just did it.
It's like they did the fusion dance, and then it just ended up like shit.
Yeah, that's true. They did like the wrong, like the finger slipped and they kind of just became trash.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so true. That's funny as fuck.
Oh my god, yeah, no, that was it was weak. Still intrigued, interested to see because like I'm pretty sure
I'm gonna watch it for sure.
with Momo and the princess out, they're gonna find. My assumption is basically they're gonna end up working together to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's what I thought too.
Right.
For sure.
Whenever they're done with their fighting, they'll figure out a way and they'll start working together to do something. And then obviously, I want to say obviously, but maybe it doesn't go this way. But I'm thinking like main girl and then her dream girl, like they basically some sort of corruption or they're like doing something wrong, and then they kind of figure out a way to work together.
Yeah.
While also battling the fact that she might lose her mind the more she uses her time magic.
Yeah.
Right? So
I think she'll just get attached to her. And then, like, once she brings her to the place and they're going to do that weird virtual thing, I think she's going to chicken out and save her or something.
Like Last of Us?
Ooh.
That?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Fire.
Exactly, like Last of Us. Nice. Except I doubt she'll kill anyone. Also, what did you think of Momo's weapon? That thing was bad.
Yo, the fight scene was actually sick. And yeah, that was a nice fight scene on top of that
Only their fight scene.
Yeah, everything.
Because that fight scene with the friggin' Red Knight was hot trash.
Yeah, that was hot shit.
Yeah, that was not good.
I was expecting something crazy. Like when it turned into a knight, I was disappointed, and then I was like, "Oh, maybe it's sick." And then I watched it, and I was like, "Oh."
And she's like, "Well, at least it's not a dragon or an angel." And I'm like, "Oh, it could have been a dragon or an angel, and you picked the freaking knight."
Wait, that just goes to tell us like they're obviously gonna face more things like this, and then we will see some crazy fights like. You don't forget, this is the same anime that started off the show with like a freaking nasty assassination to the head. I think two. Oh, yeah. I think two of them. Yeah, sorry, two of them. I think it really wanted to emphasize the the brutality of Momo, because like she's actually kind of sick. If you think about it.
Yeah. She was like torturing the one dude. She was ready to torture him.
Yeah, like I like that, and obviously this is the first display of the like reversing of time, like actually with the girl, Dream Girl. Is that what we're calling her?
Dream Girl. It's a good pun. I like it.
Okay, I'll do that.
I don't know. I'll learn their names if we keep talking.
No, I like Dream Girl.
That's fine.
Okay, it'll be Dream. Just like Cancer Guy.
Yeah, Cancer Guy. Yeah, Cancer Guy. Remember
just like Cancer Man. Yeah. Dream Girl and Cancer Man.
Jesus Christ.
Her name was Akira or Rika.
Nah, we don't care.
Anyways, I'm definitely intrigued because also who are the terrorists? Like, who do they work for? Why are they doing what they're doing? Like, I understand that, like, the king, I guess. The king that is getting executed. Mm-hmm. But who... No, that's who the princess is trying to stop from happening. Yeah, that's her dad. So what are the terrorists trying to do? Why do they?
They're trying to save their leader by trading the princess.
But we don't know who their leader is.
No, we have no idea.
I'm telling you, the executioner girl's working for some weird people, and she's gonna like Andre said, she's gonna find out there's gonna be some corruption shit, and they're gonna fix the world.
That grandma looks mad suspicious, and Flair kind of looks like she's working with them, but at the same time she's kind of like, I don't really fuck with you guys yet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it seems. So it can definitely get interesting, but obviously we put a lot of this stuff on both VV and Tactop. We overcomplicated the story.
No, we won't do that again.
So I'm gonna just let it play out, but
I'll see.
We'll see where it goes. Definitely interesting.
Flair's basically Gojo. Like, she's pretty strong, and she just doesn't mess with the people behind the scenes.
Except we have a baby Gojo.
Baby Gojo.
Because she taught him things. She can do something that no one else can do. And then she's like, "Oh my gosh, let me take off my boots," and then whip the book in the guy's face.
That was some John Wick shit, man.
Yeah, that was good.
But yeah. So I think the next least important is probably Shield Hero.
Yeah. Oh my god. Shield
basically, Hero. They fight the turtle and then they chop.
No, this is the joke. They fought. Littlefoot's mom. Because I don't know, the CG made me think of like Littlefoot, and from Land Before Times. You remember that Golden movie?
Yeah, I know what.
Yo, that was.
I know who Littlefoot and his mom is, but don't say that.
Okay, sorry.
Anyways, so they fought the tortoise. They had like a very common.
Man, they didn't like my joke, man. I wound up for.
It's just like
I held that in
its neck is so short.
I held it in for 30 minutes, man, and that's not what I wanted, man.
Oh, that's the one that you had before the fucking.
Shit. All right, whatever, guys. I understood. So my bad. Fuck you guys.
That's funny,
man, bro. We can't all be comedians.
I guess not, man.
That's why we do this and not stand up.
That's right.
Anywho, okay. Quick recap. They fight the turtle. They trap it on the rubble. Half of them die. They think they're gonna go cut the head off, but then it shoots spike beam things.
Beam things.
I don't know. That's what they are, right?
Literally, yeah.
But then,
basically.
But then they're like, we can't let anyone else die, so they start charging. Everyone's that's suicide. But then none of them die, and then
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah, really.
And then they chop off the head, and then this one random green hair girl who's in this fucking bird costume to help her fight does 0 things, and then somehow has a whole buff move that she didn't use one time until the very end. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I know.
She had this the entire time and did 0 until. Anyways, they made the shield big, and then they kicked the shield through the turtle's neck, and then the turtle lost its neck, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, she's dead, the girl who helped us is dead, and then she's not dead. And then she has like a suspicious face and says, "Oh my gosh, I guess the spirit turtle's not dead then." And that's it.
Yeah.
Trash,
okay,
man.
can I bring one thing up that confused me the hell out of me? Okay. Okay, they were like, okay, we're moving on to phase 2. We're gonna do this magic explosion thing that creates like this hole, and then the turtle's gonna like fall in it. And then it can't get out, and then we cut off its head.
It didn't make a hole, and it was friggin' this like
skinny. And then they just cut off its head, and it was like, wait, how is this the plan? Like, it works still, but I don't understand how this came from that plan.
Yeah,
like all it did was the very least it'd make a big hole. It didn't make any.
It didn't do shit. All it did was slice his neck a little, and he's like, okay, I guess I'll work with this. Let's cut its head off.
Don't question it, man. You kind of just go with it, all right?
Literally nothing worked. That whole entire plan went to shit so quick.
No, both plans. That was plan 2.
Yeah, that was
I don't even know what plan 1 was. What was plan 1?
Plan 1 was they said they were gonna take out one of its legs, trap it under the rubble, and then walk up to it and then like I guess saw away at its head until it came off.
That one.
Yeah, so they made it, but then for some reason there was one guy left. He's like, I'm gonna blow myself up with you. I was like, why?
Just wanted to, man. Leave him alone, all right?
Yeah.
It's just like those guys from Attack on Titan. They're just like, I'm gonna just kill myself just cause.
Nah, fuck it, man. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm out.
I still don't understand. Basically. Why did that commander guy have to be there? He just killed himself for no reason.
Well, the rubble hadn't fallen on the turtle yet. They said it was.
No, I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about Attack on Titan here.
The
second guy. Why did he kill himself?
He had to. I don't know. Don't question it. He had to, right?
I don't know.
The one guy, yeah, sure, because he has to be there to blow it up. But the second guy was just there for the ride. He's like, I'm tired of this too. He's just like, I'm tired of this.
Dude.
Basically.
Sasageo.
He's like, I'm done with all this nonsense. I can't deal with it. And then he just took himself out. Nonsense. Anyways, so the whole fight with the turtle was super underwhelming.
Yeah.
But
we're glad that it was underwhelming because like hopefully that wasn't the whole point of that. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of good that.
Well, she better not. If she does this like that suspicious face and then she's like, I don't know what's going on, and then she just doesn't know, I'm gonna be cheesed.
Oh yeah, she's suspicious as hell.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad though because like at the same time, like her whole story, she just showed up out of nowhere and she's like, "Hey guys, we just gotta go kill the turtle, and I'm one of its things because it's doing something wrong. Someone's controlling it."
Exactly.
And then I was just like, y'all just like took that for her. Like, obviously, none of these people have any experience with anybody lying ever.
No, 0. Mm-hmm.
Obviously, no one lies there because every time someone's lied, they just immediately believe it, and they just roll with it.
I mean, you think you would have learned the lesson after the red-haired girl who shall not be named?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
apparently not.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Nah, he got too used to his harem, man. He's like, nah, none of these girls will lie to me.
Nah, that's fine.
Like, I'm the protagonist. Everyone likes me.
Everyone likes me.
But yeah, she was mad. So it's like, she's definitely going to be either related to the guy who was controlling the spirit tortoise, or like somehow his enemy or something. I don't know.
What if she was the one controlling the spirit tortoise the whole time?
I don't know why she would have it killed then, though.
Yeah, she's definitely a sussy baka.
Because she helped to kill it. I don't know how.
But maybe if the vessel dies, she collects all the souls.
Oh.
Maybe that could be it too, or maybe she has something to benefit from the waves being reactivated. I don't know.
Do you think she may be one of the heroes from another world?
That could be. I think she is actually. That's my my final guess. What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, like we're talking about the queen, right? I just kind of lost you there, and then so we're talking about the queen, not the
one with the gravity magic.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. I don't know. You think someone that you got isekai'd into that world would have something like that? Because all the ones that we've seen so far is just weapons. They're not. It's not really powers, right?
True.
So that'd be kind of cool.
But I will say one thing that they did say was, remember when she used her gravity magic for the first time? Everyone's like, "Oh, I've never seen that before," and then she's like, "Oh, some monsters can do it."
Yeah.
So like it kind of is making it seem like her powers aren't from there.
Okay. I can see that then. Like, yeah, I just thought like, why? I mean, it is only the second season. Yeah, maybe she got isekai'd, or maybe she got like not truck-kun, she got like boat-kun, and then it's like different.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe she got different kind of kun.
Alternate reality.
Boat-kun?
Yeah.
Boat-kun.
I think so. I also think the queen's kind of weird too. That's what I was thinking about this whole time.
Do you think?
Really?
I think the queen. Not that she's like weird as in like she's evil. I think she has like alternative motives for everything. I don't know though, because she's, I don't know, hiding behind a fan.
Alternative motives?
Not really. Yeah, I don't. Fucking man, whatever, dude. Ulterior? Is it ulterior?
Ulterior.
This is why I took sciences. Okay, and then but yeah, other than that, I do think the Gravity Girl is kind of weird, but also maybe that Andre just said that, like, oh, everyone's like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, it could just be a one-off boat-kund girl. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know. Does it have to be? Because those two heroes from season 1 that were on like from another world, were they also isekai'd but just into the other world? They didn't also come from Japan, did they?
No,
they're probably from different like countries.
Yeah.
But they came from like quote unquote nice. They came from quote unquote our world, and then went into their, or were they just always in their own world?
I think they were in their own world, and then they came into the same world. Because they were saying that they want to go back to their world.
Because they said only the waves. They basically rode the waves into...
Yeah, like, they rode the waves. Boku rode the wave. And then
into whatever world like the Shield Hero's in, right?
Yeah.
Into where Natsumi is. So like... Naofumi, I should say.
Natsumi.
I can combine like 4 different characters. That's just one name. His name is Naofumi. Anyways, yeah, interesting. I don't know. Because also, remember there's the 7 like weaker heroes from like the different lands or whatever?
Yes, true.
So like I guess that means the 4 go to where they were, but like each kingdom gets their own like heroes, I guess? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I'm getting kind of like...
I barely understand the story. I don't understand why the tortoise was a thing. So we will find out as we go, I think.
I guess we'll find out. I hope it gets better. Right now, I'm kind of just like Alan on this.
But
like,
I will say, I can see now why people do say, hey, it gets really good, because there's a lot of different areas where it can expand upon.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of...
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
It could also just ignore it all and just go back to the waves. So
Nah, they won't.
Hey, I've learned no expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I do like a slow burn into like a really nice crispy steak. You know what I'm saying? What? Or like savory steak?
Don't worry, bro. Sean knows exactly what you're talking about, especially when you pepper his Angus. Don't you forget.
Whoa, who's peppering what Angus?
That was Sean saying, bro. We're gonna get it coined. We're gonna make merch with this thing. He's like, my Angus is peppered, bro. Every time he's ready to do something,
don't say that to me.
My Angus is peppered.
I'm gonna look at you so weird. No, but
I used to have a Quiznos sub.
Oh, okay. What the fuck? Quiznos. I never had Quiznos in years. But I don't know. She, like the whole story is like it's getting there. I'm glad they're not just wait. He didn't gain anything from the turtle yet, right? It didn't show his shield move. Okay, no, so they actually didn't kill
it. His shield didn't eat anything yet.
All right, yeah. I think I'm ready for. I think I'll watch a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah.
But those two, Executioner and like if like on days when we don't have time, I'm like okay with those two. Like us not talking about.
Yeah, and then on the like I don't know on the scale of like which one I'd rather watch if I only had to pick one, I'd actually watch Executioners, to be honest.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm there too. Right now.
As of right now.
Yeah, as of right now, I'm there. But now we'll get into our. Oh, go.
Oh, sorry. One thing I was just disappointed with is like I had a lot of hype for the turtle at the end of the last episode. One of the reasons is because it was at nighttime, and I thought it was going to be like a cool like night battle. But
it's too hard to budget, man. That's too hard to like draw and shit.
I guess so. But it seems so much darker and scarier for me, like in a battle, more intense when
it's just a big tortoise.
Littlefoot's mom like just lost again, bro.
It's literally just a big tortoise. Bro.
Oh my god.
Yo, let the joke die.
No.
Alan, let
it was dead when it came out. I'm not letting it die when it's out.
Basically.
The joke.
Okay. Anyways, continue.
Anyways, okay. Alan, recap Spy Family. Go.
Oh
fuck. Okay. Yeah, so guys, as you know, Spy Family, probably the top trending anime gonna be for the next couple weeks. We watch it. And what happened during this episode? I don't know why I'm blanking. Is this the episode? Is this the episode where they find each other? Okay, perfect. Okay, last episode we needed a mama for the mission,
exactly.
and of course, in Spy Family, what's that word I'm looking for? Fashion. He goes through like a list, and he has like this whole candidate folder that he goes through, and he's scanning everyone. He's like, nah, all these people suck. I'm just gonna go and look for someone. And as he's out, of course, they need to go get clothes, I guess, for Anya and himself. And they get to this parlor, like Taylor, I guess. And in the meantime, and now this is like a side note, we meet a character named is it? I said Yori in our text. Is it Yor?
It's Yora or Yori. I think it's Yori.
I think it might be Yori, but
right?
I think Yori is the guy's name. Let me see. Spy.
No.
Yeah, I think.
Actually.
Yeah, I think so. Cause I think so. Let me see. But anyway, we meet our girl character, and I'm about to get her name right now.
Oh, it's Yor. Her name's Yor.
Yeah, Yor. And then, it's Lloyd Folger. Whatever.
Yeah. You scared me.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what? Anyway, we meet Yor, and she's this like she works as like a what's her day job? Like a waitress?
I don't really.
I couldn't figure it out. But anyway, she works a day job, and obviously, and again, Spy X Family fashion. She's at her actual job is she's an assassin, a cool one, may I add. She's very good at killing people, and I mean, we only saw a little bit of animation of her killing people. Really gory stuff, really bloody stuff, and I'm sure Sean really liked it. Anyway, we meet her, and she obviously has her problems where her brother thinks she has a boyfriend already because she told him that, and now she's freaking out because she needs a partner to go to this party with, so people don't suspect her of not being who she says she is during the day. Of course, they meet at the tailor I talked about before. Anya is just found out her height, and she as she's running back to Lloyd, Lloyd talks to Yor, and they're saying like, hey, you want to, I kind of like you for whatever, I don't know how you pick up someone like this. And she's like, yeah, you look cool too. And then as she sees Anya, she's like, oh my god, I almost picked up a man with a wife and kids. And then obviously I forgot, Anya is telepathic, so she reads her mind, and she's like, oh, I get to have a spy dad and an assassin mom, exciting. And then and this is the best part of the episode, where she goes like, oh, I need a mom, and I'm so lonely without my mom. best part of the anime, anime so far. But anyway, she convinces Lloyd to ask her and be like, hey, yeah, like, can you be my partner? Oh, sorry, she convinces Yor to ask Lloyd to be her partner at this party. Of course, Lloyd says, all right. It kind of works out for him anyway. He remembers that she's actually one of the candidates in that whole portfolio. Come party time, of course, Lloyd is fashionably late because he's got some spy shit to do. And I love these little action scenes that they have, because they're not so drawn out where it's just like, oh my god, the animation's crazy, but it's actually like a funny interaction with like him trying to do his spy work. But anyway, he's late. Everyone's making fun of her. I wanted to punch. I mean, I was watching with my girlfriend. My girlfriend's like, what the F is wrong with that girl? Like, what the hell? And she's like trying to just make fun of Yor. And as Yor's like, you know what, this was stupid, I should just kill everyone in here, basically what she said. He busts through the door all bloody, and Lloyd is like, hi, sorry I'm late, I'm her husband, which was not the plan. The plan was she was just supposed to be like a partner or like a boyfriend or anything, and then she whispers and she's like, you're just supposed to be my boyfriend, not my husband. He's like, ah, shit, I got my missions mixed up. But honestly, really, really cool. They talk a little bit. They get to know Lloyd, obviously, because he's like a cool doctor and all that. He's bloody because his patients freak out. And her coworker has ulterior motives for her at this point. She takes the shrimp tray, I believe, and tries to like toss at her to like make her feel bad.
Shrimp tray?
I think I looked like a shrimp tray to me. And as cool as a cucumber, Yor kicks it up. She holds it and says, Nah. Anyway, Lloyd can see that she's being made fun of all the time, and no one's really respecting her. They even tried to say she's like a weird, day prostitute. Can I say that? Yeah, I can say that. I think. But anyway, she gives massages to people during work or before work. Lloyd's like, F you all, I'm gonna take her away. And I think, and I before I get going, I don't want to mistake in this. Do they know each other? Like, they're both not who they say they are? And no, they don't, right? Okay. Because I thought they kind of like subliminally told each other it. It's like, oh, you're a doctor? No, okay, cool. And anyway, so by the end of this, you get this cool action scene where they're like beating up people and just talking about like lying and saying, oh, I'm just, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna go over there. And she's like, oh, cool. She drop kicks someone across the street, and the guy's like, you're strong, and she's like, haha, I guess. I'm just like, okay, whatever. During that spy mission Lloyd had before he got there, by the way, he got a ring so he can propose to her to make it official or whatever. He loses that, so in Spy X Family fashion, the ending of the episode ends with he pulls out a pin out of a grenade, tosses it, and puts it on her finger, and yeah, that's pretty much the episode.
There you
go. Gonna get married?
Nah, not yet. Engaged.
Engaged.
So far.
Yeah.
Best anime this season when it comes to like
you think so?
Entertainment. I think entertainment wise,
it is funny.
It's got everything.
Yeah.
It's got the cool action scenes. It's got good characters. It's got Anya, which is like kind of a cheat code. But both characters I really like so far. I can't wait to see more.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
What do you think, Andre?
It's good. It's funny. I like it. I don't know. Because, I'm just kind of giving, my thoughts on the anime. Usually what we do is kind of, break down, speculate, analyze the episodes, but there's not really
There's not really a lot. It's funny.
It's just a really good, entertaining show.
It's just very wholesome. Yeah. Anya's great. She's, as Andre says, rivals Boji in terms of best child character, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I think that the chemistry between the characters is really good. Yor is really cute, and her switch from bashful and shy to assassin is pretty interesting.
Pretty good.
Because to be an assassin, you don't really need to be sociable. It's kind of the opposite, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense with the character. I also found it interesting that they were talking about people getting reported for acting weird. I thought that. Is that something to do with the world that we're not aware of?
Basically they were saying it's just there's a problem with spies and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So they're basically anyone who's suspicious, and then I guess in their world is which I guess is kind of like that now, but women reach a certain age and they're not married and they're kind of secretive and you don't know much about their home life. You're kind of what the heck? What are they hiding? Pretty much.
Yeah, and I remember from Dexter, he's a killer in the show, and one of the things he was taught was have a family because you look way less suspicious if you
it's very true. It's the same way even presidents run, it's tough for them to run if they don't have a wife and a dog and kids and shit.
It's kind of what's wrong with your personality if you don't have a family.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just looked at just safe. It's just the society vision of that's just safe and normal. So there's nothing to worry about pretty much.
So I thought that was interesting about the world, because it did feel like that kind of time, the spies and people are getting reported and stuff. Who knows what era after World War II maybe, or during the Cold War. But yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to make this entertaining going forward. The characters are great, but I personally can't I'm kind of scared that I'll fall off because I'm not sure where it's going to go.
I'm sure it'll get stagnant.
Yeah, it should, right? Yeah, but for some reason I can't create situations where I'm oh, this is
where maybe. I literally just think it's going to be the misadventures of this weird family.
Yeah.
I think
it's it literally seems like it's going to be an anime version of a sitcom. That's that's what I'm expecting.
Good. It's because I'm having trouble thinking.
I think it's going to be like Friends, the actual show on TV where it's there is there's little skits here and there, but they all. It's in a linear story where it'll lead somewhere, because I'm sure, and I'm honestly sure that Yor is gonna get a mission to assassinate Twilight, and she's gonna have to find out who Twilight is, and then she's gonna find out that it's the dude who she kind of is married to now, And I'm sure she could kill him because they're both still like, I need to go with my mission. Like, I do need to, you know, I'm a mission based person. But you know who's gonna connect them, and you know who could read minds? Mrs. Anya. Anya will like do like, I don't know, find ways for them not to like maybe fight each other or whatever. You don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna do the thing where we speculate and make it better than it is. I just think it's gonna be a show where these two people are trying not to get attached and be family people because of their occupations. Of course, they're gonna love the kid, and then the kid's gonna keep them together, and then we're gonna see. I think it's what it is. It's gonna be nice, like Andre said, nice, wholesome, and then a little bit of sitcom-y, I think, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I do love his his friend or his like coworker, the one that like
boxhead dude.
Yeah, the boxhead dude. Guy? That guy's actually hilarious. I hope they keep him up. I love that guy.
It's funny because he reminds me of a character in Kotaro. I don't think you guys have watched that yet. But yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I think
what show?
Watched it will know.
The one on Netflix, the one where the kid.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't watched it yet. I heard it's really.
There's like
good,
a character in that, and he literally laughs like ha 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 ha, like that's how he laughs.
Really?
And he just talks like this. And he's super monotone, but when he laughs, he'll say something like passive aggressive, and then go like ha 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 ha, and it's just really funny. But he looks kind of like.
Is Kotaro the one where the kid's like super like his life sucks? Yes. Okay, it is this.
Basically. Yeah.
Someone tweeted like, is Kotaro and Spy X Family just our generation's like push to have kids because it's like they're so cute and funny? Because like, you know how like our generation
funny.
doesn't really care for kids because we're like, why? We can't afford our life ourselves. Like, why would we have
money?
Kids?
Yeah, really.
But it's really funny how like that's like the two leading like or the two popular animes are like kid based and like wanting you to love kids. Kind of funny.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm excited for Spy X. I'm excited for more Spy X Family, of course.
Yeah,
I'm down. I'm down.
Is it Spy X Family or Spy Family? Is it like Hunter x Hunter?
I always called it Hunter x Hunter, so I think I was doing that wrong.
It's Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, it's definitely Hunter x Hunter.
That one I know. I feel like it's Spy Family.
Let's just do Spy Family. I hate saying X because I feel like I'm gonna like mess that up. And my tongue is gonna get tied. Yeah, let's do Spy Family.
Okay.
I got problems. All right, leave me alone.
I mean, call it whatever you want. It's just me. It's just me wanting to.
No, that's a fair assumption, brother. Now, last one.
Okay, so now the two big. No, we have two more, bro. We have
two big
ones. Tomodachi Game. I said we did Tomodachi Game.
I totally forgot about
that.
Because we've known. You know. Okay, so let me start off by saying, before I get into the recap, that the reason why Shy Girl started screaming makes so much more sense now.
Absolutely.
And if they would have told me that at the end of last episode, I've been like, oh, okay. But at the end of last episode, they just made it seem like she just started screaming for no reason. So I thought she was just unstable. That's a good
tactic, man.
Yeah, bro. I thought she was unstable. But
definitely is unstable. What do you mean?
I mean,
maybe a little bit.
I guess a little bit, but like not like unhealthily. I don't know. Like
that's
the way she
reacted. That is definitely unhealthy.
No, the way she reacted to things isn't like unbelievable.
Listen, Andre.
Yeah.
The game is literally people are gonna write rumors about you. So if I said like Andre ate a foot long in 1 second, you're not gonna go like if you did, you'd just be like, no, I didn't, and then move on.
No. That's not how high school works, friend.
That's how it did for me. I just kind of kept going. You just kind of walk. You don't really have to.
Maybe there's a lot of rumors that started about a lot of people that I know were not true, and they still had to fight for their life to convince people it wasn't true.
Well, guess what?
But like when social standing is as important as it is, especially in a situation like high school, it's very different.
I didn't care for status. Fuck that.
Not everyone's as confident as you are.
Oh, that's right. I wake up. I'm
just talking about like
excellence. That's true. That's right. That's true.
I'm just talking about like normal, average people, and the fact that humans in general are social creatures, and relying and having the trust of other people is literally a survival instinct. There's a reason why people do the things they do in order to maintain social status within like those situations. Before you can logically explain to yourself why
that's fine.
Certain things are wrong.
That's fine. But I guess you know what that I guess you're making that's right because she did tell someone and then that rumor came out and it was really specific. I guess she was screaming more like, oh wow, someone just betrayed my trust, if that's what you're thinking, if that's what you mean.
And think of it, well, one, she was bullied her whole
her whole entire childhood, couldn't go to her parents because of things. So like there's already trauma there. Secondly, she did the whole basically rent a girlfriend type situation. Sean knows rent a girlfriend type situation.
Alan knows too.
Oh, Alan does know.
I understand. Sorry, I was I'm here. I'm locked in.
Okay. But she did the whole rent a girlfriend to the point where it became very like
it was rent a something else. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It got really uncomfortable for it. Yeah, she was able to run away, but that's still kind of like a traumatizing like experience.
Especially after reading the opening to the show. When I started, I was like, "Oh God, where is this going?" This disclaimer.
Oh yeah.
Which it was not nearly as bad as they made it seem.
We never know though. Some people have like.
Well, I don't want to say that. I
mean, for me, I don't have any triggers. I don't have any triggers.
Cancel
I don't have any triggers, so that's
5.
Yeah, you're right.
Perfect.
You're 100% right.
Canceling.
I don't have triggers,
You're done.
so like I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
nice. Good luck being in the next episode, Andre.
Then we can get into this deep psychological conversations. But let me do a brief recap. So basically, it starts off with we realizing that someone put in the box, like we're still playing the game, or like it's like bad talking people. So someone put in the box that I'll get their names. But basically, shy girl. Basically was paid to be like a girlfriend. Like it was like a rent a girlfriend. Like we said.
What were the words they used? It was like I can't remember how they said it. I was like, this is the stupidest way to say this. Like, what the fuck?
Compensated dating.
Yeah, compensated dating.
Yes,
what the fuck?
Yeah,
so weird.
Yeah. Compensated dating, right? So then, because they said she kind of freaked out about it because it was like her deepest, darkest secret. She blamed the one girl that she told. Then Glasses Man told the main character, he's like, yo, go help her out. Everyone else, fall out. And then so and then everyone just listened to him because I don't know. I guess he's just assertive. And then so he goes, helps her out. She tells him that like she was bullied her whole entire childhood. The only way she was able to stop bullying is by giving people money. She didn't have enough money to keep giving people, so this was the way she figured out how to get money to stop the bullying. She did that until it got uncomfortable where like he wanted to touch her. She said none of that and ran away.
None of that.
And told him all that. And then she's like, please believe me. And then he didn't say he believed her. He's just like, listen, doesn't matter if I believe you or not, I'm going to stay with you no matter what your past is. She liked it. And then now they're friends again. She still doesn't, she wants to be friends with the other girl, but she kind of doesn't trust her still because like, even though she says she didn't give away the secret, since to her knowledge, she's the only one who knows, it's kind of hard for her to believe that she didn't do it. So like that's very understandable. She's kind of like wary about her, but it's kind of like wholesome that the fact that she's like wants to believe her, even though like her body, like every like thing is like going off saying no, I can't believe her.
Yeah, especially after last episode.
Yeah. Anyways, so all that's happening, and then we find out that Glasses Man has been freaking plotting and smiling, and then it's doing. Listen, like that whole entire flashback thing where it was just like I kept seeing the smiling face. I was like, oh my gosh, is it like someone who's not part of the crew?
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? And then the Glasses Man never showed up in any of the interactions. So I was like, oh, it's the Glasses Man. And then they're just like, nah, it's the Glasses Man. Whose name, by the way, is Mikasa. So we have a Mikasa lookalike and friggin' Mikasa as a dude in this anime.
The saga.
Wow.
I think they use their first names in this though, so you can use your first name, so it's not weird. Like they use Tenji, they use Yuichi, they use Yotori.
Hey, we would love to remember either of their names and use whatever we have. But
he's Mikasa.
Oh, my bad, dude.
That's the only way I'm gonna remember.
What are you gonna call the Mikasa lookalike? Mikasa lookalike?
We don't know her name yet. She never said her name.
You're not gonna tell her name. You're not gonna say her name. You're gonna be like Mikasa lookalike.
Anyways, Mikasa and friggin' Anya are having full conversation. No, Mikasa and Sakura are having full conversations. I'm just picking random girls with pink hair, bro. I don't know. And then they're having like full fun conversations while all this is going on. But then Tenji, is that his name? Tenji's like, yo, I did all of it, and I want you guys all to suffer, and then I want this girl in particular to suffer so I can come and pick up the pieces, pretty much. So basically, he's crazy. He wants his childhood friend's love, and the only way he knows how to get it, for some reason, instead of saying, "Hey, I like you, can we like go get a coffee?" He's just like, how about I make you extremely depressed and then come help you?
It's just, you know, it's just what people do in high school, right? That's what you said.
It's normal stalking behavior.
I said the other girl's reaction was normal. I did not mention Mikasa at all. Mikasa, obviously Mikasa, we have unhealthy obsession. Is just like, it's synonymous with the name Mikasa. Okay.
True, that is true.
And that's it.
This episode. Okay. Nice. What do you think of?
I think I gave that glasses motherfucker too much credit. I was like, oh, he's so smart. He's like trying to figure out who it is.
You guys said that it was him in the first week, and then you switched up last week.
I mean, like, I had no reason other than like he's the glasses guy in the first week, and then I'm like, you know, he's kind of like being the mediator. I'm so stupid. In high school fashion, of course, the guy who's trying to calm it down is kind of like, not calm it down, but like the guy who's not saying much, and the guy who's kind of plotting is the guy plotting. Like, he's the one that knows stuff. So I mean, how was I supposed to know? They really did make Shibe, or yellow blonde dude, bad this episode, because so before glasses guy said anything, Shibe's like, so you're like kind of weird for like not a virgin. And I'm just like, what's wrong with this guy? Of course,
he's an
and of course glasses guy takes advantage of that and said, like, he is an idiot, but like, he's not mean, he was just being an idiot. But then the glasses guy punched him in the face and said, you're mean. So like, he made him look bad, which is like so smart, super smart. I don't know, like we said before, like, I'm heavily invested in this now, because I do want to see our main character. We've already seen him once go kind of crazy. Once he finds out glasses guy is manipulating like the friendship for his benefit, his like love benefit, or his crush, like, that's crazy. He's gonna go wild.
I do have a question for you guys though. Do you guys think glasses man is the one with the debt though?
What?
Yeah, I do. That's a good question actually, now you ask it.
Do you think glasses guy's the one with the debt? Because yes, he did steal the money, but given the reasoning that he gave in his internal monologue, it had nothing to do with paying back a debt.
I don't think he stole the money.
No.
He did steal the money.
Oh no, it showed him stealing.
It showed him stealing money.
I thought
he said he took the.
He just said.
Remember,
he
bumped
knew
into
where everything was.
No, but remember, he bumped into Yaeger. He was walking towards.
Yeah, but they distorted his voice. It's not his voice.
But
because it didn't reveal.
Oh,
that
it wasn't there. Okay, so my memory's jumbled. Okay, that's kind of weird. But like, I don't. Yeah, he didn't mention money.
I honestly don't think. I don't think he has. He's the one.
You don't think so? Really? Okay.
Because the reason, if he's just having an internal monologue, what reason would he have to not mention the debt? He just said, I've been given. Maybe he figured out the situation and he knew about. Because if he acted like the way he's acting and he just followed everyone around and he knows everything about pretty much everyone in his friend group.
Yeah,
he could have had another debt, stole the money, and basically orchestrated this whole situation to do what he wants. But it doesn't necessarily mean he's the one with the debt.
That's true. But it did mention. What did it mention last episode about his parents? There was something about his dad. His dad worked for.
His dad died.
Okay, I think that would make sense with him having dead then maybe.
His dad and the black-haired girl's dad were the best friends, and then he died, and his dad died.
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking that might be why. Then maybe he's trying to support his family, and he ran into a lot of debt somehow. I'm not sure.
There's definitely he could have debt. There's definitely a chance he has debt. I'm not convinced.
Yeah. Okay. And like one thing we noticed about him last episode though is that he was being oddly like antagonistic of other people. Like he was saying things like, "Oh, actually, I did like you," and he could have just lied. And then that question, that like comment wouldn't have been acknowledged.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he was also saying things about he was like picking fights with people, like the blonde guy too, I think. And it was like, why are you like being an ass? Like, like being obviously an ass.
I don't really know like why he would do that.
Like hindsight's 20/20, as they say. But
yeah, exactly.
But like remember last week I talked about that game that I played where I talked too much and then I gave it away. That's exactly what he did. But I wasn't looking at him because like literally when they accused him of like releasing the fact about the plastic surgery, he's just like, why would I do that? That would make me such an easy target. There's no reason I would do that. Blah, 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 blah. He got like super defensive right away. Like whereas when the like the shy girl accused the black girl, she's literally like, you see it in her face, even like she's just flabbergasted. She's like, I don't know, like she like she didn't defend herself, she didn't do anything. She's just like, I honestly, like, I have no idea how this happened, pretty much. Whereas the other guy like immediately deflected and attacked someone else.
Okay. So yeah, like, that's
but
true.
Again, hindsight is 2020. So like obviously, and it's so early in the anime, so where you don't really know them as characters, so it's hard to
judge.
Make those like it's hard to find those like differences and like or acting or how they're acting differently. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm interested just because like they revealed this is the second episode and they already revealed who like orchestrated or is screwing up the group.
Third
episode. Okay, third episode. Sorry, but like, where's the mystery now? Like, where's it going to go? I'm interested. I'm not even sure. Like, how are they going to keep me captivated?
You don't know who's controlling this game. Like, what is this game?
Yeah, that was less interesting to me.
Who has the debt?
Okay. Assuming it's not him.
And just because he has a motive, that doesn't necessarily mean he's done everything.
Yeah, no, somebody else could also have a motive.
Yeah.
The only thing he's admitted to is this game, the things that he said in this game. The last game he hasn't talked about at all.
Yeah, true.
And someone was sabotaging the last game. We assume it's him, but there's still a chance it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Or it could have been it could have been him sometimes and someone else another time.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And well, I would say the one thing I'm most interested is just seeing the crazy side of the main character.
Yeah, I want to see that shit too.
You know, I like seeing that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Alan. What were you saying?
I literally wasn't saying anything, but I was thinking like I wonder how the other groups, if there is other groups, because they're called Group C in one of the episodes. I wonder if like what happens like there, like are they gonna compete with each other, or it wouldn't make sense because they're just friends. Like I'm assuming this game is literally supposed to rip people apart, not bring them together. But if they do have to fight another group, do they have to work together after they've been manipulated not to, type thing? That'd be kind of cool. And that's what I'm thinking.
If I was a sadistic game leader, that's exactly what I would.
Right, just to put like to pile them together. And I wonder, I know they're high school students, but I wonder like how far this goes, like how long it's been going, and like I don't know, just in general, like how long have they been? This has been a thing. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Also, something I was interested in too is like, do you remember when he got caught by the pen or whatever because his cheek?
Oh yeah.
Like Mikasa's cheek, and then he like took his glasses off, and then she's like, "Oh, you have a cut on your cheek or whatever, a scar." And he's like, "Oh yeah." So it's like saying, "Oh, obviously it was him from the flashback." But like, was that really necessary? We kind of already knew based on what he was already saying that it was him in the flashback.
I think it was just like beyond a shadow of a doubt, so you know.
Okay. Unless, but it just seems so unnecessary to me.
Unless it was there to throw you off. Unless someone else has a cut, you don't know.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
Like I said, I know the green character. I know he kind of said it was him, but like I don't know if like the money. I mean, it has to be because he said that, right? Like it doesn't make any sense for him not to.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like it's kind of weird.
Also, based on his little like crazy rampage thing, like he doesn't seem surprised that. Like I can't tell if he's like taking advantage of a situation, or if he's orchestrated this to happen. Right. Like if he knew about, so either he has the debt or he knew about someone else's debt and he knew about the Tomodachi game and he like made it happen, or he was like, oh, I'm here now, I see an opportunity, I'm gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, of course.
But obviously, our game of saying who's the betrayer, we can't keep playing that, but we can still decide who has the debt. We can still play that.
Very true.
Yeah. Okay. I still see it. I say it's him still. The glasses, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, of course. It has to be. Like, I'm not gonna like accuse anyone else when the fucking guy literally admitted to it. Literally in this episode, I can't really.
I think it's a black-haired girl.
Oh, that would make sense too if he's covering for her. But
you think they're teaming?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yo. No. I think she just has debt, and he has like a false sense of like hero syndrome. Pretty much, right? So like he thinks he's.
Yo, fuck it. I'm going blonde guy.
Switch it up. Write it down.
Is he like? But is he stupid enough to? I don't know if he's smart enough, or he's. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'll keep that going. I'll keep that right here.
And they also fully said exactly what you said.
Yeah, literally, bro. Literally.
Sorry. I'm just watching Sean keep looking to the left and it's making me laugh. Yeah. But no, he said exactly what you guys said about him just being rich, and it wouldn't make any sense if he's the one with the debt.
Unless something happened where
unless he's like a gambler, bro. You never know.
Or whatever, like family has problems.
That happens in like shows all the time. Like they have like a gambling addiction, or the family lost their money, and but he tries to keep up appearances that he's rich and blah blah.
Absolutely.
So
I'm going blonde guy.
There's a lot of things. But
Black girl, blonde guy, and green glasses guy. Sean.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. Yeah.
Sean's my Mikasa, bro. Okay.
Mikasa, bro. Next.
Last but very much not least, we have this beautiful anime called Summertime Rendering. One, I will say before I get into the recap, it is beautiful. Sean is correct. The water, the colors, like the shadows.
You just like when he goes back in time, don't you lie?
It's beautiful. Beautiful anime. And I will say, this is probably, out of all the anime, this is probably the strongest first episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Tomodachi Game had it before, but
Executioner definitely had
Executioner had a pretty strong first episode too. Actually, now that I think about it,
that's true.
Yeah, maybe Executioner.
Shaman King.
Oh
shit. For sure.
Oh, you're right. Naruto, I think.
Naruto, yeah. Okay, sorry. You want me to recap again, man? I don't know. I can do it.
Nah, I got you because your recaps took freaking 20 minutes.
I was covering for your fucking leaving.
Yeah, and then recap 10 more minutes after I came back.
Because I don't want to be like, now we're gonna. Oh, Andre's back. Yeah, they're a family. You know what I mean? You got to keep it consistent.
You don't have to. Anyways, don't ever cover for my leaving because I'm always here. They don't know I left. Anyways.
Yeah, true. Shit.
Anyways, okay. True. So basically, our main character, which I had his name memorized before today.
Yo,
Shinpei.
Shinpei, right? Okay, so our main character Shinpei is on a boat going back to his hometown to basically go for a funeral for one of his childhood friends. He gets there. Oh, first we should say he's like taking a sleep. He wakes up in like basically his face goes into a chest of a girl. The only reason I mention that is because she does have importance later. Okay. So anyways, so he like tries to say sorry as much as he can. She slaps him. He ends up sees his childhood friend, which is the sister, even though they look nothing alike, but somehow she's the sister of the one.
You missed the dream, man. The dream.
What happened?
The start. The beginning when he saw the blonde girl and she's telling him.
That's not important. She basically just told him, "Yo, I'm gonna miss you," and he's like, "What are you talking about? I'm right here."
You're talking about Willis.
He wakes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
Anyways, so that happens. This is a recap, bro. This isn't me doing a play-by-play of every single thing that happens.
Yeah, it was this. You think he's gonna do an Alan fucking recap? Come on, man.
That's my old recaps. I'm trying to friggin' get better at this shit. Anyways, so she rides a bike into the ocean. She helps her out the ocean. They go back to his house. Nice. They have the funeral. Meets his old town, another like basically childhood friend at the funeral. He tells her about the little girl that his blonde friend basically died saving, but she was like in shock apparently and couldn't speak. And that was like very odd. But he's like, yo, I'll tell you about it later. Don't worry. So then the funeral ends. They talk on the phone. He basically says, yo, they're kind of like mad suspicious. And like, it could be a murder, but like, we don't know for sure. Because like the autopsy and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so all that's going on. The next, she pops up and she's like, yo, I need to cry because my sister's dead. And he's like, it's okay, your sister died, you're allowed to cry. And then she's like, no, I can't, that's stupid. And then she walks away. And then the next morning they go, oh, actually, I don't want to miss this part. She's like standing looking at the house. Like obviously this is before we know more information, so we're like, why is she standing looking at the house? And then the basically island cop comes out and she's like, yo, what are you doing? We don't hear anything. Then the next day comes up, he walks into their shop, everyone's cooking. He basically says that the family disappeared with the little girl. The family with the little girl disappeared. Shinpei's basically like younger sister at this point. Basically like his like younger sister like freaks out, runs away. He also chases her, finds her. She's crying. They have a heart-to-heart, but then they're like, yo, we gotta go to the shrine and figure this shit out, because I heard the secret thing about the shadows and how they replace... I heard a story about the shadows and how they replace the originals and then kill their whole families, basically. Right? So then they go to the shrine, try and figure things out. They hear a gunshot. Then they run into the woods trying to figure out where the gunshot is. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't find the gunshot. But then they find the lady from the boat. And then she's shot. She's dying. He's like, oh my God, what? She's like, we got to help. We got to help. He's like, oh yeah, shit, you're right. And then so he goes closer to try and help. She tries to tell her, gets immediately shot in the head. And he's like, yo, what the hell's going on? And he turns around. And then his friggin' sister is friggin' caught up, friggin' neck choke by her own shadow, gun to her head. I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? She's gonna hold her hostage. Nope. Immediately shoots her in the head. I was like, oh. I was just like, oh. And then she immediately turns the gun at him. And I was like, oh my God, what is she gonna do now? Shoots him too.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Motherfucker got a UAV in 5 minutes, man. Didn't even worry about it.
And then she didn't give a monologue.
Nothing, bro. She said nothing at all. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be like, oh my gosh, now you know the secret of the island and the shadows or something, right? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I also forgot. There was like a random old man that told him the story about the shadows and stuff.
My grandpappy told me about the shrine, and then he just left.
Yeah. So we assume that the reason why the little girl couldn't talk is because it was her shadow and it wasn't her.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too.
Right. And then blonde girl saw her shadow the day she died also.
Yeah. Day before, I think.
Day before. Or a week before. Something like that. Anyways. But it was at the same spot where she died at. Right. Anyways. So then after he gets shot in the face, he wakes up and then we restart with him on the boat. That's the end of the episode.
So ReZero and like without the fantasy element.
Yeah, so we got Eren Yaeger in ReZero with... I mean, that's pretty much it.
Tanjiro's voice.
Hey, man. All I'm saying is, like, going into this, I knew there was a time travel element.
Yeah.
And really? Because, like, what do you mean? The episode where we did the spring 2020, like, the summary I gave was...
Oh, I see. I don't remember.
But anyways, I went into it knowing it was time travel, and I was still just like astonished that happened. That end part.
Yeah.
Like it just went because it was just like, oh shit, everyone's sad. Like this is all beautiful animation, but like I'm sad. Everyone's sad. Like I like these characters and I feel bad, and then everyone just gets shot immediately. I'm like, oh.
Yo, what if what if he's a shadow of a shadow? You know.
Oh yeah, that's what my brother said actually when we watched it. He's thinking
you guys watched it together.
Possible. Yeah.
It get awkward when he kept going back in time into like some boobs.
That happened like once.
Twice.
Bro, that's not even like etched though. Like you make it seem so bad, and like you're so like you're like 7 years old. And you're like ooh boobs.
Yeah, because I learned that growing up is the worst thing you can do.
Oh yeah,
you're right because then you die. But
wow, not in this anime. Let me tell you that. Get fucking headshotted. You just wake up.
So yeah, I don't know. Everything about this anime was just like for me at this point. Like I started watching it, and then it had like we're coming into spring weather now, and the weather on this island is just so beautiful.
You smelt the
like
salt,
bright.
Right? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's just like warm.
I love watching those like early morning like anime, and then there's like the pan shots. You hear the cicadas in the background, and then
for sure, it just feels good.
Yeah.
And then the character animation, like that. Okay, tell me you didn't also take note of like, remember when he was talking to her and she was like crying and by the shop, and then like he stood up and he went like this with his hair and just like let it fall. And the animation of his hair just like dripping. I'm just like,
balls.
It's so good,
dude. Like
it's like that was so unnecessary. Even my brother like took notes.
I'm so happy like they did that because like we didn't get nothing for Eren Yaeger this season. And this is what I want. This is what I wanted, right? Yeah. With the soft voice of Tanjiro, like we said, it's just like
as close as you're gonna get.
This is as close as I was gonna get, man.
It's so good. So good. And like it was cool to look back at it later, like watch it a second time and be like, hey, like what did I miss? A couple of things were obviously what Andre said about the little girl. Like I do think it's her shadow. That's why she couldn't speak, maybe. And the girl staring at her own house is obviously the shadow. It wasn't really her.
That's what we're thinking too.
I didn't.
But another thing that was strange. Oh no. Another thing that because she was wearing the uniform in that scene as well. Right. Another thing that was strange was that the cop or the sheriff went up to her, and then it didn't show what happened between them. But the next day when he was at the diner and they like ran out, he like looked at them and went like, "Shh." Like he made like a weird face at them, like once they left. Do you remember?
Yeah,
that?
I do remember.
Like
that.
it went it went like dark around him, and he just like made like a weird look and like
so she must have said something kind of.
Maybe it might be just to throw us off. I'm not sure, but there's so many questions going on in my brain. Like it's so hard to guess what's gonna happen.
Love it. I'm excited, man. I love mystery like thrillers and suspenseful shit, and like to add like a perfect 3-shot revolver at the end of like an episode. Of course, I need to watch like more. Like, and of course, I want to talk about it because it gives an essence of like when I wish we watched another together, but we did talk about it. It's so cool because like you're just waiting to see like okay like Sean did, like you rewatch it, you're like, all right, what the hell did I miss? Like, oh shit, like this person, because I never noticed that it could have been her shadow. Looking at the house, I'm just like, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, of course it was. Like, why would she just be standing there? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
But what if it wasn't?
But what if it wasn't? Right. And then there's that. It's like,
what if her shadow's the one who cried?
Right. And that's why I'm saying, what if the main character's shadow is the main character? So like,
but what made you guys think that is the main character? Just because that would be cool,
or is there like
they
give like some
I was like looking for like, are there actual context clues that?
No.
But also just like the glitching, maybe that's like a shadow thing. I'm not sure because that's weird.
Seems like the
rendering. They're rendering.
Sorry, they're rendering.
You use that.
So
word.
Is it like a AI? Is it like a virtual reality kind of thing? Or what do you guys think?
Well, that's what it kind of seems like.
I don't know, but the teacher did kill him though. The teacher is the one that killed him, so that's fine. Yeah, man.
You just got it.
Oh man.
I thought you were talking about another for a second. I was like, no, it was the assistant teacher technically.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh no, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Erased.
But you see how close I was to friggin' forgetting? Because like, look how long it took me to realize this time, and then you still messed me up.
We gotta beat you up so hard that your brain forgets like anime in general, and that's gonna be like the first thing we watch before you remember halfway through.
Bro, like I'm gonna be at the first, like the birth of my first child, and that's the first thing that's going to my head.
The first words of your baby are gonna be like, "The teacher."
The teacher. I'm gonna be like, what? The teacher.
You'll be like,
just start
so
beating
close.
up your kid, like. or just don't beat up your kid, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, that's probably the better option. Anyway, summertime rendering.
So good.
Yeah, no, I'm mad excited for it. A lot of good things, good potential. I'm hoping.
What do you think the role of the boob lady is? I don't know what else to call her.
Well, obviously,
she's gotta be like some sort of agent, right?
Yeah, she seems like they know about the shadows. Like
don't make that her nickname, by the way, please.
Well, once we glasses woman, is that better?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that better?
Boob, wow. Anyway, so boob lady kind of like she.
Booble.
Anyway, so she kind of seems like she works for like some sort of organization where they kind of know about the shadows and like she's investigating. So that's why she was like in the shrine, like trying to figure out. It seems like she's trying to figure out like, oh, whose shadow is what are they doing, what are their plans, and then got shot. And then like as she was dying, it seemed like she was gonna be like, yo, such and such and such.
Yeah.
And then tell him the secrets because she figured something out. But then of course she gets headshot.
Gotcha. Another thing I forgot to mention is when he was at the diner, that drunk guy. Remember he was talking to him. He was like, "Hey, like, did you find that girl you were looking for? The one with like the boob lady." Like he basically said that. And he's like, I think you've been drinking too early, Mr. Whatever his name was. Like, so maybe it was his shadow talking to him or asking him. So I'm not sure.
No, Sean's on a roll today, bro. Sean.
I literally didn't even...
I watched it twice, so...
I was going to watch it again today, but I forgot.
Yeah.
But I didn't even put that together because I do remember that happening. But I thought, like, I had the same reaction that that Shinpei had. I was like, this guy's mad crazy, bro. What are you talking about? That's the same.
He's like, I never asked you anything. So like, I was thinking, maybe.
So his shadow must have been out.
Or
but do you think the girl he was looking for was the glasses lady?
Yeah, I think so.
So do you think the little girl's dead?
Yeah.
For
sure. You think her whole family's dead?
Yeah, because I think her shadow killed them.
They died after the funeral, though. The shadow killed them after the funeral.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't know where the bodies would have gone. This could be so many things. Honestly,
what happened to the blonde girl's shadow?
She got rendered into a dimension where she needs to be saved.
Have you guys seen Us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're thinking like there's like a.
I mean, like the concept is pretty similar. To
us. That's true.
Similar, doesn't it? Yeah.
Man, his movies are great, by the way. Holy fuck.
We'll see. We'll have to see. Yeah.
Because like, I feel like there's more to it than just like.
No, I don't think we have enough.
I want to kill. Yeah. I want to kill my light
Double.
and all their and their whole family. Like, I feel like there has to be more to it than just that.
Yeah, there's got to be something.
Because why else would they have to talk? Because it literally, like the way she, like, the little sister's like shadow, like she looked like she had a consciousness. She was trying to stop.
Didn't she not smile while she was like holding her? Yeah.
Yeah, she smiled. She's like, yo, what
so
the hell? She's basically like, haha, you thought, and then bang,
haha,
bang.
bitch. Just fucking pop. It's like, oh.
Right. So, but like,
what days does it come out?
Friday.
Friday.
I want to say. Friday. Yeah.
Let's go. Saw that one.
My bad.
Oh my god.
My bad, dude.
Oh my god, man! No, I'm really excited though. That left a lasting impression on me.
Jesus Christ! I tried to talk for a second. I was gonna say, yeah, like this is definitely one of like, I think like out of all of them, even Spy Family, like this one has the most potential to be like brain like
if we're talking
and shit.
If our goal is to break down anime and speculate and think and like analyze stuff like Tomodachi Game, and
because as much as we love like good like wholesome content, not much you could talk about it. Yeah, you kind of just ingest it.
We all loved Komi, right? But we kind of just like we couldn't really talk about it.
No, it's like, what are you gonna say? Like cool. It was a good episode. Like they did track and field, and like okay, like who cares? Like it doesn't matter.
Okay. So I'm hoping that in the next week, either Shield Hero or Executioner like get like good.
Oh yeah,
like something crazy happens, so then we can use Tomodachi Game, Summertime Rendering, and then one of those.
Yeah.
And then we can just express our love for Spy Family. Unless something crazy happens, maybe something crazy will happen.
Yeah, we just got introduced to characters. There could be some plot, but yeah, definitely looking forward to all of them. I hope all of them are good, because then that's just good for us, right? But if we do have to like not talk about them, it's fine. We have enough stuff to keep going.
I will say this is the first season since we started, I think, where like I like look for like a daily, because I haven't memorized the days they all come out.
No, yeah.
So like every day, like I check to see, I gotta watch it. All the other seasons we've been doing, like it's literally
it's kind of like okay, watch it. Yeah, watch it.
And then I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta watch 3 animes in 2 times speed, half an hour before the fucking podcast.
I'm telling you, I watched the fucking Executioner was at 4 speed, because I'm like, oh shit, I forgot, like we had to watch this. And I was like, shit, I'm like in the middle of my workout, I can't just start watching it. So
that one comes out first, I think.
Okay.
I think it comes out like
I was just
the weekend.
We've never watched this many as well. My time management was just poor on that, honestly.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's
cool. Thanks guys, I really appreciate it. But that being said, let us know what your favorite animes of the season is. If you guys care to comment, we do have a YouTube, like I said. We do have an audio going out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all the podcasts. So just let us know. Leave a comment saying that, what's your favorite anime. If we haven't talked about it even, please let us know which ones you're kind of watching, which ones you're looking forward to. We totally love to get your input. And yes, we will have some goddamn timestamps in the bottom. So wherever you're listening to us or watching us, look for the timestamps on the bottom if you don't want things spoiled, because definitely spoilers for everything we watched. And then keep up to date with us on our socials, whether it's Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, I guess is technically one as well. But yeah, thank you guys for listening or watching. We really appreciate the feedback. We just want to grow, and we want you guys to grow with us.
Thank you. Goodbye. Good day.
Bye.